Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to a Sunday kind of podcast. I am your host and transformational coach, Jomar Gomez. I'm trying something a little different right now. I'm recording a video along with this podcast because I'm playing bigger. I'm dreaming bigger this year, and part of doing that is taking some risks. This is one of those risks, right? You always got to take creative risks. So we'll see where this goes. We'll see what happens. And we'll lean into the unknown, which is, that's sort of what I invite my clients to do. So today, let me just ground in, feeling a little bit jittery. Today, right on cue with the music coming down. Today, I want to do 3 things. I want to expand a little bit more on desire and why we start with desire. If we're going to draw out your vision, what you want for your life, I'm going to talk about that. I talked about how to create a powerful vision from the Enneagram types 8, 9, and 1 last week. Today I'll talk about how to create a powerful vision for Enneagram types 2, 3, and 4. And then the last thing I'll do is I'll invite you to take that step and tap into your desire so you can create your vision. That's what's coming up. Okay, so desire. First thing, desire. Here's the deal. Desire is a basic fundamental experience of what it means to be human. It's part of what we get to do on this planet, right? It's part of what we get to have, what we get to experience. Most of us were never taught how to have a proper relationship with desire. Maybe we were taught we wanted too much. Maybe we were taught wanting something is of the devil, right? So for those of you who maybe grew up in a religious household, maybe wanting something is selfish, or maybe wanting something will make you look silly. I'll tell you a story. Earlier this week, I was in charge of getting the kids dressed and taking them to school that morning. And Maxwell runs in, my son, he's 7, and he comes in with this hoodie and he gets really excited. There's a lot of energy in his body. He's like, "Dad, I'm going to wear this hoodie." Right? Desire. And he comes in and he shows it to me. And at first glance, I see like Christmas colors, right? And I responded with, "Oh, I don't know, buddy. Like that's Christmas colors. I don't know if you're going to want to wear that. You know, we're past Christmas. But it's up to you. It's what you want, right?" And I felt his energy. It was subtle, but I felt his energy shift, right? And his eyes were big, and it kind of got a little bit smaller. And I caught myself, and I was like, "Oh no!" I impacted his desire in that moment, and I started to make him think about what others might perceive him because he's wearing a Christmas hoodie, 3 weeks into January. And so I paused, and then, I got down to his level, called him over. I was like, "Hey buddy, come back. And like, "My bad, dude. Like, if this is what you want, this feels good to you, I think you should wear it. I think it's a great call. Like, wear what you want. It's awesome. And fortunately, we recovered in that moment, and his eyes got big again, and he did end up wearing the hoodie that day, and all went well. And that's a little bit about desire, right? You can see how our relationship with desire, even at an early age, could be mixed up by our early holding environments, whether it's through a parent, whether it's through the schools you went to, whether it's, the families you were in, your friends, whatever it might be. Desire is always impacted. And in that moment, I may have, imprinted something in his consciousness that if he wants something, he might look silly. And, it's painful for me to admit that. But it's important for me to admit that, because I'm still walking my walk on this journey to desire. And I want to model to you all how I'm not here saying I got this all perfect, but I'm here to say let's walk in this path together and continue to explore what desire looks like for all of us. So when I work with clients, and we do true transformation work, right? We're not here to just have nice conversation. Like, my desire when I work with clients is transformation. And if we're gonna make that happen, we start with their desire. We want to rewire whatever conditioning your brain has had, and we want to reset it to that original childlike setting, that setting that Maxwell had, where it wasn't even in his mind to think about what others might think of him. He was just about desire. He was just about like what feels good on his body. And desire is innocent and it's pure, right? It's not tainted by the outside world. So that's what we want to get back to, and what we want to tap into again. It's still in all of us, and we just kind of have to dig through it. And I think of like different desire and vision conversations I had with clients this week. One of them wanted to start a firm, and she wanted to 5x her salary, from six, lower six figures to above 500K, and she wanted to invest in 100 companies, and it felt really bold, right? And in that visioning session, what came up was that, like, it feels like I'm wanting too much, right? It feels like my desire is leading me into this place where I want too much, and am I allowed to have that, right? So there's something we can explore there. And then a couple other clients, their desire, once we gave them that space, it wasn't about something bold and audacious, and it wasn't something about conquering the world. It was something where they just wanted to find their partner, and they wanted to start a family, and their deepest desire was just to have a companion, right? And the story that came up after they admitted that was, I don't know if I'm allowed, like, I don't know if I'm worthy enough of this desire. I don't know if somebody will love me enough, And so that's the tender and precious thing about desire is, it surfaces some of these old beliefs that we may have been conditioned with, and it's a courageous step, right? Because these old beliefs, our ego is going to want to hang on to them. And if we're going to transform, we have to accept that part of ourselves and have grace towards it, right? And be curious with it. And if we're going to create a new life, one with new results, new circumstances, some of these beliefs will need to be accepted, be integrated, right? And let the ego know, like, hey, this is still a part of me, but I'm ready for something new. So that's a bit about vision and desire. I hope that's helpful. I think now I'll switch to the the different types 2, 3, and 4, and how I think those types should start to play with their own vision and desire. Okay, so type 2, the helper or the giver. Let me start with that, and how to create a powerful vision if you lead with this type. So the lie that the type 2, the helper, believed is that your needs do not matter, or they don't matter first, right? You sort of have to kind of hold them down first, right? They can't be watched out first, and that for your needs to be met, everyone else's needs must be met first. So there's this craving, right? This deep craving to be seen and to be known and to be sort of held and loved, right? And the lie that the type 2 believed is that the ego structure said, okay, let's be super intuitive about what others need, so that way we can finally allow ourselves to relax. And so what happens is that there's this seeking to control really the universe. There's a seeking to give the world what it needs. And the motivation behind that is like, I want to just be given what I need, and I want to be helped and given to. And so for type 2s, a powerful vision is about including your own well-being first. It's about visualizing your days, your weeks, and your months with this feeling of having your needs met first. And it might involve making vulnerable requests, and letting go of wanting to control or rescue, and just allowing to first begin with, like, what would inform my well-being right now? What would make me feel really good, right? And begin with that feeling of having your needs met first, what that would look, and go from there. Remember that it's really, really natural for you to focus on others, to help others, right? Because again, there's this craving to be taken care of, and your belief is like, I gotta take care of others first. And the invitation in this new vision is to remember that self-care is not selfish, right? Setting boundaries is essential if you want to sustain your giving. So whatever your vision might be, right? Whatever you're wanting to create this year, the invitation is to stop trying to control the universe and able to just acknowledge that other forces are at play and that everyone is on their own journey, right? Allow this humility to give up perhaps maybe your pride and the illusion that you personally have to make things happen or you have to rescue others, right? So that you will be taken care of. And allow yourself to just surrender to what will be. And allow freedom to arise from that surrender in a more open and authentic way. And this really comes, this freedom comes when you believe that we can all just take our rightful place as equals and sort of co-journeys in our relationships. And everyone can just live in their own truths, and you can live in this truth of, I can have my needs met. And so when you release that burden, you can give yourself permission and freedom to not know or not do, or just to receive and take in as much as you wanna give or not give, and allow yourself to be replenished. That's the vision for you, and create your goals from that place. The type 3, checking on time here. Okay, we're still good. The type 3, the achiever, or the achiever is really the best name for this. The lie that the type 3 believed is that you can't be your true self in the world. the richness and the complexity of your emotions, like that, the identity, the truth of who you are, the whole of who you are. The belief is that that can't be accepted by the world. So then the ego structure said, this is the lie that we're believing. It said we have to achieve success to be seen. Right? This is how we will. This is our value proposition to the world. And the truth is, success isn't necessary for you to have value. There's so much inherent value in you already for just being you, regardless of what you've achieved or not. So, the invitation for your vision is to create this balance between ambition and authenticity, this balance between ambition and truthfulness. Set playful goals. Set goals that are bold, that are actually impossible to achieve. And, the vision, the feeling behind that goal is just about learning who you are and what you love and what you enjoy, what makes you laugh, what has you feeling good in your body. And that's the vision, right? You're so used to just making things happen and closing off your tasks. And the vision is to really let go of that way of being and step into this new place where the value is inherent. Allow yourself to see that the universe and all things within it operate according to their own laws, and that they can be allowed to do so without your assistance, right? And invite yourself to just step away from this doer mentality, this driver mentality that has to make things happen, to let go of that and allow just the reality to unfold on its own, and that there's something bigger that's working through us all. And the world has its own momentum in mind, so you can move in harmony with this rather than trying to impose your will all the time. So that's the sort of vision, that's the place in which you want to feel into as you're setting your goals this year. And finally, the type 4, the individualist. The lie that the type 4 believed is that they are too much for the world. For your parents, your siblings, your friends, your emotions are too much, you're too sensitive. The other sort of side of that could be you're not enough, right, to belong here. You're not enough to fit in. There's an inadequacy about you. So there's this feeling of like, who do I be? Who do I be then? And the truth is, you can be as big or as little or as sensitive or as too much as you want to be, whenever you want to be. And the world can handle it. The world needs your uniqueness. It needs your authenticity. It needs you to live in your fullness, because as you do that, there's so much like art and beauty that emerges out of it. Your whole life can be an art. So focus on goals that foster self-acceptance and uniqueness. Your vision should be about celebrating your individuality and not conforming to external expectations. Embrace the creative energy in your goal setting. And again, like watch out for the feeling of, is this going to be enough or is this going to be too much, right? And hold a lot of compassion and grace towards yourself as you embrace your creative energy. And visioning means remembering that by definition you are original, perfect, and connected to everything. You don't need others to make yourself feel special. You don't need so much connection with others to feel special. You belong, and you are whole, and you are perfect, and there's nothing missing in your connection to the source of all like levels of being and meaning, right? It's only in your fear that separates you. So this could open up the possibility of inviting more feeling of equanimity and acceptance into your life, into your relationship with others in the universe, and just trusting that you are enough just the way you are. So visualize that feeling. As you hear my words, visualize that feeling in the body, and then create goals from that place. Okay? So I hope this has been helpful. It's been a real pleasure to create this content for you. And my invitation for you is, if any of this is resonating, it's landing well with you, to reach out, and if you feel like you can't do this visioning journey or tapping into your desire journey on your own, to reach out, and we'll create an emergence session together where we can create a space for the next version of you to emerge. Take care, and good luck.